everybody, Dr. Nelson here. This is a video lesson about proportional relationships and equations. So today we're going to learn about this equation called y equals kx. All right, and remember kx means k times x, right? So the k value times the x value equals the y value. So today's scenario involves an ice cream shop, all right? And take a look at this table, all right? The table shows the amount of profit earned and the total number of ice cream cones sold. So this first column shows the number of cones sold. That's the S value because S stands for sold, right? So it's 2, 4, 5, 10, 12, 15, and then S, right? And then this column shows the profit earned by selling these amounts of cones, right? So again, P stands for profit. So by selling 2 cones, they earn $10. By selling 4 cones, they earn $20, and so on. So take a look at this this chart. Can you figure out how much money is earned per cone? All right, so the amount is $5, right? Because if I do 2 times 5, I get 10. If I do 4 times 5, I get 20. I can even go down here. If I do 15 times 5, I get 75. I can also do division. I could say 10 divided by 2 gives me 5, or 20 divided by 4 gives me 5. So our k value, which stands for the constant of proportionality, for this problem is 5. All right, so take a look at this last row where the arrow is pointing to, okay? Notice instead of a number for each, it says S for the number of cones sold, okay? And then the profit is 5S. So the last row in the table says that if we know the amount of cones sold, S, we can always multiply it by 5 to get the amount of profit, P. The amount of profit is proportional, okay, to the number of cones sold. That's the big thing. I put a little star right here, all right? It's the same ratio again, again, and again. So the following equation may be used, okay, to represent the proportional relationship. P equals 5S. So let's test this. Ready? So let's say, for example, if I plug in, say, 10 for S, that's the S value, right? So 5 times 10 should be, well, 5 times 10 is 50, right? So if you look over here, look, here's the profit. It equals 50. That works for any of these. Let's do it with this one, right? So if I plug in 2 for S, so 5 times 2 we know is 10. And just to double check it, look, here it is. Profit is $10. All right, so in general, when y is proportional to x, we can always multiply x by the same number, k, the constant of proportionality, to get y. All right, this right here is a big part of this unit study that we're in. All right, that tells you how to get the y value. So we can write this much more clearly with the equation y equals kx. All right, remember, the k value is the constant of proportionality, right? So for this one, we can say y equals 7x, where in this scenario, this number is always, always, always going to be the constant of proportionality. All right, so let's do a couple of these together. It says each table represents a proportional relationship, okay? Write an equation to represent the relationship. So anytime it says write an equation, what that refers to, again, is y equals kx, okay? And we have to figure out what the k value is. That's all we have to do, okay? So here we have the x values. Here we have the y values. And notice to go from x to y, we're multiplying by 2, right? So times 2 times 2, that's the common rule. So that means the k value is 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this 2 and I'm going to replace it with the k. So y equals 2x. And there's our equation. Let's do one more. All right. So it says, again, each table represents a proportional relationship. Okay, write an equation to represent the relationship. So again, it's going to be y equals kx. All right. This one's a little more challenging because we're going to have a fraction, right? So to go from the x value to the y value, okay, notice, looks like we're dividing by 3, right? Or a third. So let's see, 6 divided by 3 is 2, right? 9 divided by 3 is 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4, right? So when we divide by 3, that really means 1/3 is the k value. So for this equation, it's going to be y equals 1/3 x. And there it is.